Estoy haciendo un video. So these are Conte. Estoy haciendo un video. So these are Conte A Paris. These are French. They were rated 5 out of 5. The last time that I saw a rating of 5 out of 5, it was for Caran, which I do own the 84 set pencils in the wooden box. But Conte Paris, they are also rated 5 out of 5. And in contrast to that, you get 4.5 for Faber Castell Pitt Pastels. You get a 4.5 for Derwent. And I think you get a 4 out of 5 for what's the name of that brand? Stabilo Carbothello. So to see a 5 out of 5 rating for Conte de Paris, which is only 48 pencils, and see that it's the same ranking that Caran has received, it's extraordinary. So I hope that they are as valuable and as beautiful as the Caran ones. I'm gonna tell you right now, this pencil here is broken. I don't know why it's broken. Well, no, this is unacceptable. This one's broken. This is damaged. This is damaged. This one's broken. So if you guys can see, it's broken. Here's another broken one.
You can send it back and say it was defective.
And this one's broken. So let me count how many broken pencils we have. Here's another broken one. So we have one. Hold on, babe. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pencils that are broken from the tip. There's pastel on the other pencils. I don't know if you can see them. So they didn't arrive clean. I mean, you might think this is a little petty, but they're okay. So you might think that this is petty, but I mean, they're a little dirty. I mean, if you're paying $74 for 48 pencils, you might not be happy to see that some of them are right broken, or that there's smudges of pastel paint from some of the pencils on other pencils. It's kind of dirty to me. And I mean, this was shipped to me by mail, so maybe it's the mailing process. But I'm gonna tell you this, the way that my Caran were packaged, I am not too happy about this. But let's see how they work. So this right here is a pastel mat from Clairefontaine, one of the top pastel mats out in the market. And we're gonna see just how they feel. So let's see, I'm gonna fill out this little triangle right here. Oh wow. So off the bat, it is a little dusty. So there is some dust, but it's weird because they kind of, I can see now why they're like they're rated as high as Caran. Because even though I could blow some of the dust that's coming from it, it still feels buttery. So look, wow, it's falling onto the paper real quick, real buttery. Let's see if I go over it again. Yeah, so this has no problem attaching to the paper's teeth. In fact, you could kind of work fast. And I covered all of this pretty quick. Is there bleeding from the paper? Not really. So there is a little bit of dust flakes coming out. And I would say this is less dusty than Carbothello and less dusty than Faber Castell. Less dusty. This is more buttery. This is almost as buttery as Caran. So I like this. This was amazing. Let's see the pencils. You get Conte the Paris. They're a little bulky. They have Pastel 40. They have the Pastel number, Pastel 41. It tells you it's from France, and then you get the number. It doesn't tell you the name of the color though, so that's the only unfortunate part. 48 colors is another thing that's kind of like a letdown. Caran gives you 84 colors. Faber Castell, I believe, is in the 70 something range, 72 maybe. So let me check right now since I do have it right here. 60. You get 60 colors with Faber Castell. And how many do you get with Carbothello? 60 as well. So for a high-ranked brand from Conte Paris, 48 is pretty low to me. I think they could do a better job, and hopefully the company does a better job in the future at providing a set that includes more colors. The boxing's good. I would say the casing of the box is superior to Carbothello, because Carbothello, the plastic is extremely flimsy and they just fall off immediately. And if you shake the box like what I'm doing right now, if you do that with the Carbothello, like the pencils will be flying all over the place. So the casing is superior. Let's see the casing for Faber Castell. I have it here on the side. I would say I like this casing better than even the Faber Castell. So just to show you guys what that looks like, we have the Faber Castell casing right here of 60. And they're nice, you know. Smaller pencils. That's another thing. Let's compare the sizes. So here's the same, here it is. Here's the same pink that you see from both pencils. Conte Paris, way thicker. Way thicker. If we're trying to cover this right here. Oh yeah, major difference. So with the Pitt Pastel, there's almost no dust. Literally no dust, but the paper is bleeding through a lot. And I kind of had to go over and over just to make sure that the entire area is covered. So you do more work, no dust, but not as buttery. This is more dry over here. And obviously the pencil size is also very different. Very different. So that's the Faber Castell comparison. Let's see the Carbothellos. Now this is where I was telling you that the boxing is way different. This is more flimsy, like really shaky. So I don't like that. Let's get the same color, guys. Once again, the Paris are thicker, bigger, they're bigger, and they have more. Let's see how they do in putting down color. So I'm gonna cover this area. So right here, I'm gonna say that Carbothello is not that far from this. Let's see, let me try this one again just to. So what I'm detecting here is that the Paris dissolve a little faster. And they're dustier. They're dustier. This one is a little drier. It's not that slow to put on paper. But so I would say Paris is dustier than Carbothello. This one sticks faster and dissolves faster, so I would say it's a little bit more buttery. But the excess dust, I don't know, I'm not liking that. Here it's drier, less dust. But I do gotta layer a little bit more. Okay, so we covered Carbothello. The boxing, however, is still superior. So I give the boxing quality to Paris de Conte. And the last comparison that we're gonna do here is Caran, which are ranked as the highest quality pencils in the market. And we're gonna look for the same color, which will be Caran 350. Just so you know, the boxing for Caran, I mean, it comes in a regular cardboard box, and then it comes in the wooden box. And I'm gonna tell you, the 84 is way superior in the wooden box. So Caran for boxing versus Paris completely takes it. Completely. Let's put them side by side. I will say that it appears that Paris is a little thicker and slightly bigger than the Caran, just a little bit. There's not much of a major significant difference, but I mean, it could be the difference between just painting an extra 30 minutes or something if you're running them side by side at the same time. So it seems Paris has a little bit more. When it comes to how they put their pencils next to each other, again, the Paris, they have the Pastel number. It tells you they're from France, and then it has the second number. Caran, however, has a hexagonal build to it, so it doesn't roll. It's never meant to roll. This can roll. This will not roll as significantly. So this Caran built their pencil specifically to make sure it doesn't roll. Can't say about this. It could roll. It depends. It's not rolling here, but I mean, it doesn't have that structure to keep it from rolling. Caran also has a rating for their pencils. So this is a 2-star, and they go all the way up to 5. So some are better than other colors based on their rating, and they tell you immediately that what that is. So they're not afraid to tell you, okay, this is a 2-star pencil or this is a 5-star pencil. Paris doesn't give you a rating of their pencils, and that's unfortunate. I don't see a paper in here that tells you the rating, so at the moment, I don't like that it's not that transparent. Also, right here, it has the name of the color, purplish red. So, I mean, for some, if you are just visual, you can, it might not be as important, but for some people do want to know the name of the color, and it might even help them when they're, navigating through their artwork. So, like, it helps to have it well branded. So, Caran does offer you the title of the color. Paris de Conte, Conte of Paris, no title of the color. You have no idea what this is called. I don't like the labeling. Is not the best. But so for the case, Caran takes it. For the labeling, Caran takes it. For the size, Conte is a little bit bigger. Let's just now compare to see how they land on how the paper absorbs it. So I'm gonna fill this small area. First, I'm gonna do with Conte to see how it feels right here. So again, very dusty, very buttery, but really fast in covering in there. Super fast. It glides. It might fall into the paper too fast, but super dusty. Now we're gonna do the Caran dash, and we're gonna cover this small area. Okay, I feel a small drag because it feels more buttery. It takes longer. It requires more time to layer one area. And it's also dusty. It's not as dusty as the Paris, but there's some level of dust in there. And look at that, it took me way longer, twice as long just to cover the same area. This one feels like more buttery, so when I'm dragging the pencil across, it actually takes longer to cover the surface area. This one, on the other hand, will cover the paper real fast. It feels dustier and more loose. And it doesn't take that long to layer an area. Look, so I'm already done. What normally takes quite a bit to do with here. See right here, I feel like I'm running through sand, like it's like if you're jogging in sand, like you're being slowed down. So when it comes to covering the paper with color, I'm actually going to give it to Conte or Paris. I feel like they're a little faster, and you don't have to repeatedly go over it. And that's what we got here, guys. So thank you for watching. Enjoy this, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.